Miss Sumitra Goenka, ma'am, now a proper investigation needs to take place in order to come, in order for something to then come in motion. So, in your assessment, how is all of that then going to pan out, and what are the ramifications? What will be the ramifications of that?
See, I do agree that a proper investigation has to happen, and the first step here was when the ED had found some irregularities. That is when they had arrested Mr. Manish Sisodia, who was the excise minister, and also there have been a few arrests and questioning of people like Vijay Nair, who was one of their close confidants of Mr. Kejriwal and other people. And also we have seen that some people in Telangana like K. Kavita, as well as some of the other industrialist media personality person running a media company, these people have also been questioned and arrested. So yes, there has been some kind of investigation which has been happening, and I'm sure from these investigations only the name of Mr. Arvind Kejriwal has come up. Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is the CM of the state, and his direct involvement in this matter has been a cause of concern, which I think the ED has, got some proof right now, or got some connection from the people who have been arrested. Now, a detailed investigation is only possible when Mr. Kejriwal goes to the ED and answers the questions which have been posed. But what we have been seeing is Mr. Kejriwal has been evading this process, and he has not been cooperating, thereby delaying the judicial process or the process as per what the entire investigation should happen. So in this case, I was saying one very important thing, that if you look at the statements which have been made by the Congress also, like Mr. Ajay Makan or Supriya Shrinet, who have been there, key spokespersons, Pawan Khera, I have listened to all their statements, and they have also clearly stated that there is a connection here, and Mr. Kejriwal is the kingpin, and the Aam Aadmi Party itself has received some kickback, and this money has been used in the Goa elections against the Congress. This is what they have said. Now, it is really surprising that today, looking at the elections, how the Congress has changed their stand within a matter of 5 or 6 months. But thorough investigation is the need of the hour, and Mr. Kejriwal, who has come into politics with saying that he wants a lokpal, he wants accountability, but today what we are seeing is he's completely adamant and he doesn't want to cooperate. He is not participating in the discussion, and the way he shouts in the assembly, Delhi ka Malik hu main, that kind of mindset is seen here, where he is trying to disrupt the law and order situation in Delhi with the help of his team and create optics during the time of elections. So I think a fair thing would be what is expected from a party with a difference, if what Aam Aadmi Party calls itself, is to cooperate with the investigations, and if they have not done anything, then I'm sure the law is there. The law of the land will definitely release him, or the law of the land will give him justice. By doing all these activities and blaming every institution, be it ED or the judicial process or the current government or media or whatever, they are trying to just raise questions on every other body. So this is not something which is the right attitude. I think they should come clean. They should answer the questions which have been posed to them about the flaws in the policy or the implementation in the policy, why the honest money was returned, why the commission was there, what is the kickback. So these answers have to come clearly rather than just giving political answers or rhetoric.
Absolutely, ma'am. Stay on with us. In fact, back with us on the broadcast is Advocate Manasvi Thapar. So thank you so much for being so patient through the process. Now, of course, the Lok Sabha elections are not even a month away now. So in your assessment, is there anyone who benefits from how things are now panning out? Whether it's the BJP, whether it's the Aam Aadmi Party, or nobody benefits from all of this?
See, in the last 24 hours, what we have seen is freezing of the bank accounts of Congress, the principal opposition party, the second largest political party. And then Arvind Kejriwal is very vocal against the likes of the BJP and the NDA. He being arrested, sitting chief minister being arrested, that is what we have seen. Now law will takes its own course of time. But these things, when these things come up in a democracy, in when the elections are just few days from now, so who is going to benefit? A political party which is very strong, a political party which has the muscle power, the money power, and the understanding, and also well-oiled machinery, which BJP is, which is a 24 into 7 political party who takes care of its own karyakartas and also make sure that other political parties are also very busy in cases with ED, IT, CBI, or these kind of arrests. So what will happen right now? The priorities are going to change. For Congress, the priority is right now would be that to unfreeze their bank accounts. The priority of Aam Aadmi Party would be to make sure that Kejriwal is out before election. There's so many things. He's the national convener of Aam Aadmi Party. He takes up all the decisions of the party. While he is not there, so there is a vacuum of leadership in Aam Aadmi Party. And other tall leaders of Aam Aadmi Party are also not there. So what is going to happen? So there is going to be some kind of a plateau in Aam Aadmi Party. The decision making is going to be stopped. The focus is right now to bring him out of the jail. So the focus, the diversion has already happened. So who's going to benefit? It is obviously the BJP which is going to benefit. Now, the other benefit which could have happened, like in the times of emergency when Indira Gandhi had put all the opposition leaders in jail. So what happened that time? A momentum was built up by the likes of Jayaprakash Narayan, who made sure that the country is united. But that momentum takes time. That momentum needs a Jayaprakash Narayan. That momentum needs that everyone comes together and they have nothing to lose. But here, opposition have something to lose. Here, the loss could be there are cases which are pending. There are states which they are currently governing. So that could be a big loss. But in the times of emergency, there was nothing to lose. So they were ready to go to the jail. They were ready to fight the authority of Indira Gandhi. And then they came victorious after fighting the emergency. So that structure, as of now, cannot be built up. It should be built up. It can be built up by the political leaders. But it is at a very nascent stage of things happening. So now you have to create a momentum if you need to fight. If you believe that the arrest is wrong, it's unlawful. If you believe that Arvind Kejriwalji's hands are clean, only then that momentum can be built. For example, if his hands are not clean, if he has done some kind of corruption and liquor scam, then that momentum will not have that kind of force. Sooner or later, when the entire charge sheet would be out, the trial would start. And if he has taken money or the political party has taken the money, people will not go for and vote for him. So right now, the optics and the perception is not in favor of Aam Aadmi Party as of now. Why? Because a political party which came on the ground and 12 years back, no one knew Arvind Kejriwal, no one knew Aam Aadmi, it was not even formed. So all these people were built on the plank of anti-corruption. Now today, a charge on corruption, if they lost the election on whatever grounds, but on corruption is a very heavy charge on Aam Aadmi Party, because the entire premises on which Aam Aadmi Party was built was a party which is acting as a crusader against corruption. Suddenly, all the leaders, the tall leaders, are behind the bars on the charges of corruption, no other charges. So this optically plays against them and plays very well for BJP. So now the turnaround for Aam Aadmi Party is going to take some time, or may not even happen. If the charges are proved, there would be no turnaround for Aam Aadmi Party if the charges are proved. If it is not proved, they'll come out victorious. Obviously, this election is a gone thing, but then they'll become bigger than what they are today. So that is something which BJP also has to be very cautious about. So if they're arresting him through ED, if they're arresting him and it proves out that there is no charge out of it in the future, so then that's going to come out heavily on BJP also. So it's a two-way sword in politics. But let's see what happens. It's only a natural course of time, and the law will take its own course.
Absolutely, sir. Absolutely. I'm gonna quickly, in fact, thank both our guests for joining us on the broadcast, sharing our perspectives with our viewers. My colleague Shubh Rana there at ITO, where this protest is taking place. Shubh, give our viewers an understanding on the situation on ground.
Yes, of course, I would like to show you the visuals on ground. I am currently located at ITU, and just a kilometer away there is Aam Aadmi Party office, and you can see people are protesting here, and there is heavy deployment of Delhi police You can see in the visuals, this she is a woman who have been injured. मैं इनसे पूछना चाहूंगी, आपको प्रदर्शन करने की अनुमति नहीं है?
क्यों नहीं है प्रदर्शन करने की? प्रदर्शन हमें करना चाहिए ना, क्योंकि देखो मेरी बात सुनो, हम क्यों ना करें? मोदी की थोड़ी हमेशा चलती रहेगी। वो तो चाहता है, शराब घोटाला कहाँ नहीं हुआ? यहाँ तो हुआ नहीं कुछ भी ऐसा। शराब का तो कोई आए।
2 साल से शराब घोटाला में आज तक 1 रुपया नहीं मिला। मैं आपके माध्यम से ये कहना चाहता हूं कि भाजपा वाले को सारे विपक्षी नेताओं को एक जगह बुला करके गोली मरवा देना चाहिए। जालियांवाला बाग कांड दोबारा इस देश में होना चाहिए, क्योंकि जब जालियांवाला बाग कांड हो जाएगा, न रहेगी बांसुरी न बजेगी बांसुरी।
देखिए, आप घायल हुई हैं। आपको कहाँ चोट आई है बताएं?
कहीं नहीं आई, यहाँ चोट लगी है। कल जब उनको गिरफ्तार किया गया ना, जो महिलाओं के लिए इतना कुछ कर रहे हैं, दिल्ली में स्कूलों की दशा सुधार दी है, मोहल्ला क्लिनिक दिए हैं, सीसीटीवी कैमरे लगाए गए हैं, जो पूरे विश्व में किसी भी देश में नहीं है। जब उसको गिरफ्तार किया गया ना, तो यहाँ चोट लगी, और उस चोट के आगे ना ये चोट कुछ नहीं है। यहाँ पे चोट है कि मेरे देश में जो शहीद भगत सिंह ने फांसी का तख्ता चूमा था, इसलिए चूमा था कि भारत देश लोकतंत्र का विश्व में सबसे बड़ा उदाहरण होगा। आज उस लोकतंत्र की हत्या की जा रही है, उसकी वजह से यहाँ दर्द है।
आपको प्रदर्शन नहीं करने दिया जा रहा, उस पर क्या कहें?
आप लोगों को पता है, मीडिया सब कुछ जानती है कि लोकतंत्र में धरना प्रदर्शन करना हमारा सैद्धांतिक अधिकार है। उनका भी हनन किया जा रहा है, मेट्रो को रोक दिया जा रहा है। क्या ये सही है देश के लिए? पूरा विश्व देख रहा आज कि एक देश की राजधानी के मुख्यमंत्री को अरेस्ट कर लिया गया है। पूरा विश्व देख रहा है मोदी की तानाशाही को, और हिटलर शाही का आगाज हो चुका है ये।
You can see people here are very angry, and you know people here have been injured, and because Delhi police have been highly deployed here. And I would like to show you the visuals. People have been sitting on the roads protesting for the Aam Aadmi Party, for the Arvind Kejriwal, because few minutes ago Atishi and Saurabh Bhardwaj have been detained. As you can see the visuals, police have been arresting them. You can see there is high. You can see in the visuals, you can see how people are being taken to the police. You can see how people are being detained and taken into buses. आपको प्रदर्शन नहीं करने दिया।
मोदी तेरी तानाशाही।
You can see people. You can see there is a lot of ruckus on the ground, and you can see people are. People are protesting for the Aam Aadmi Party, for the Chief Minister on single demand. And you can see there is a ruckus with Delhi police. We are showing you exclusive visuals on. See how people are being detained. These are the Aam Aadmi Party karyakartas who are being taken to the Delhi police, who are being befitted in the Delhi police buses. And you can see people are protesting. Let me talk to them and ask them. You can see there is one banner that is I support Kejriwal, and they are continuously raising slogans against the BJP government, and they have been constantly saying that the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal is not legal. This is the demand, and I'm telling you the situation from on ground. As you can see, there is high deployment, and section 144 have been imposed, due to which Delhi police is taking a big action. Yes, back to you.
Absolutely, absolutely. Again, my colleague Shubh there showing us exactly what's taking place at this point of time. Remember, viewers, we were told earlier that 4 to 5 buses worth of Aam Aadmi Party workers and ministers have already moved past. A lot of people have been detained. RAF jawans are on ground. Section 144 imposed at ITU, ruckus, and so much more on your screens, viewers. Well, there you heard it. Meanwhile, joining us at this point of time is Mr. A.K. Jha, political analyst. Good afternoon, sir, and thank you so much for speaking to us on NewsX. You know, I was having this conversation with Advocate Manasvi Thapar, when I said that, with everything that's taking place just about 20 odd days before the elections. Of course, we know 19th April is the first date of polling. So who then benefits from everything that's transpiring just a mere month away from the general elections?
These agencies are concerned, they have every right to keep on their work continuing. So what ED has done and what these central agencies are doing, they are doing their own duty, and there is no stoppage to them to stop their legal activity. So if Kejriwal has been arrested, he has every right to move to court, and he has already moved also. So he should wait, and his people should wait for the verdict of the Supreme Court. Just charging on the government that they are doing something illegal, for that the court is there. Court will take care of all those allegations. So court will not go on political biases and other things. They will look to it, the whole thing, nuances of last the entire issue. So one must wait, and making any furore out of this is surprising, because if this is democracy, the democracy is also there. Tell us, we have to have a full faith in our judicial system, and our judicial system has been always coming by the side of the people if they find that they are on the right side. So why should Aam Aadmi Party, or for that matter anybody who supports Kejriwal, be so much worried? They must have the faith in the judiciary. We have seen that if they don't find any support from any judgment in their favor from judiciary, we have heard that they have some other options. They will be just coming down on the streets. Is it the way how political parties should give their the kind of thing they are doing? I think let the legal action, legal course should take its own course, and we should wait for some more time, and nothing to be worried about. So I think, so far as the Kejriwal is concerned, that Kejriwal has been given so many times summons from ED, and Kejriwal did not appear even once. In last 9 summons from ED, what was the reason? Why? Because if it applies on other chief ministers, on other individuals, why should it not apply on Mr. Kejriwal? Is it something special? Is it something different from other people? So these are the common questions which would be just pricking the minds of common folk also. What is there that Kejriwal should be worried about? Even Prime Minister Modi, who himself was a Chief Minister Gujarat, he had been called by CBI, and he appeared before that. So what is that? These are the things which has always happened. Just only recently, Mr. Hemant Soren had been arrested. So there was no so much furore and so much chaos about all those things. But this time, Kejriwal thinks, or his party thinks, that they are very special, very different.
All right. Okay. And, sir, all of this, in fact, to refresh our viewers' minds, this, in fact, on July 8, 2022, Delhi Chief Secretary had reported gross violations in the new excise policy, and since then we're now in 2024, and we now see how things are transpiring. What is your assessment of how, in fact, I'm going to propose this question to Mr. A.K. Jha. What is your assessment of how things have transpired over the course of many years? Was this something that should have been perhaps done earlier?
Yes, it could have been, but since the court has already, since the agency, the given agency, ED has already been on work, and it is not only ED, there are some other agencies also working in some other cases. So if Kejriwal had submitted to the courts, to the directions of the investigating agency, these things must have been sorted out earlier. If he was found, if he was not found guilty, anywhere at any stage, he could have taken recourse to legal course. He could have taken recourse to that earlier, and he would have got much better relief much earlier. But the doubts arise. People must be thinking that there is something which needs to be hidden by them. So maybe that is one reason Mr. Kejriwal has kept himself aloof from these calls from ED and other agencies. He thought probably that he would be given a special treatment because he is always special. He is always different from other people, even other chief ministers also. That is how he has evolved, and the way he started his political journey was very different. The way it is culminated now. So you are right. Had he submitted to court, had he submitted to legal agencies or to the investigating agencies earlier, maybe if he was not guilty, he would have taken. He must have been free by now, or that is what I understand.
Absolutely. So stay on with us. Still with us on the broadcast is Advocate Manasvi Thapar. So, the Aam Aadmi Party has been reiterating the fact that BJP is scared of them. BJP feels threatened. The only person who can, in fact, compete against the Prime Minister is perhaps Arvind Kejriwal. My question to you is, why should the BJP feel threatened? Why? I mean, what is the reason why BJP would ideally feel threatened, since there are these statements that are being, reiterated again and again?
What else will they say while their main guy is behind the bars right now? So there's nothing else they can say. This is the main thing which will come out politically on a politically boiling issue. This is what they can say, that Prime Minister Narendra Modi, BJP is scared of Arvind Kejriwal, Aam Aadmi Party. On the factual point of it, I don't think BJP would be scared of it, but BJP is very strategic about it. I don't say the word is S for scared, but strategic about it. BJP knew what they're doing it, how they're doing it, when they're doing it. And so we can't plan the court's order for sure. ED comes directly under the Home Minister, under the BJP leader. So that's how they can plan on the ED point of view. But the order of the High Court, that is something which they could not plan. So that is something which is against Arvind Kejriwal, which is against Aam Aadmi Party. Having said that, so the timing is very good for BJP. Timing is very bad and not very hopeful for Aam Aadmi Party, because something and timing also is something which BJP could not have anticipated. Arvind Kejriwal not going with the first summon, not going with the second summon, not going with the third summon. So he evaded all the summons. So this is something which is also not very hunky-dory for the Chief Minister. So things are, as of now, gloomy for Aam Aadmi Party until there is a verdict in favor of the Chief Minister from the Supreme Court. Till that time, he is in the custody of the ED. He has to answer the questions raised by ED. Or optically also, Sanjay Singh, Manish Sisodia, Satyendra Jain are behind the bars and have not been released till date. So these things also don't add any value in terms of garnering votes or emotionally taking the course of the voters, or emotionally gathering votes from the voters are not going to be that plank for Aam Aadmi Party. So optically, on the presentation point of view, Aam Aadmi Party does not look good on that particular point. And definitely it is going to only help BJP out of it, because BJP is the principal party, and any political party which is going to benefit with the loss of Aam Aadmi Party is BJP. Why? Because BJP has its intact vote bank in Delhi. And Delhi elections are also coming in 2025. So BJP with intact vote bank in Delhi becomes the second largest political party. Congress, on the contrary, first they were in opposition when Aam Aadmi Party began its career in 2013. So it was the principal opposition of Aam Aadmi Party. Then they supported them. And now with India Alliance, they are on the back seat of Aam Aadmi Party. So Aam Aadmi Party entirely ate the Congress vote bank. And now if the election comes up, 24 in 19 also, all the seats went to BJP. Now optically, with this kind of heavy dose against Aam Aadmi Party, the voters are not would be very much inclined until the victim card which they are playing is actually they are victimized, and only
Right.
actual victimization would only come into light after the entire charge sheet, after the trial is concluded, which is at a later stage. So this particular period, the optics of it looks like that Aam Aadmi Party is not a victim but a beneficiary of the liquor scam. Why things would not go in their favor is continuously they have been avoided summons, Arvind Kejriwal ji. Secondly, 3 leaders have not got bail till date. So factually speaking, things are not looking good from Aam Aadmi Party's point of view. On the contrary, BJP does not have a credible leader in Delhi. If we talk about the Delhi Vidhan Sabha, but they have a structure which is very credible. They have a Karyakarta base which is credible. So that is going to benefit BJP, and they also have an intact voter bank. So when the votes are going to be divided, the votes of BJP are going to be higher in comparison to Aam Aadmi Party, because that vote of Aam Aadmi Party and Congress is going to be divided. So that's going to be benefited if this case continues till the assembly election in the next 8 to 10 months. So that is going to be a great win for BJP
Right.
in the Lok Sabha, which is definitely a win for BJP right now. And also, if they're looking at the longer run of things in the Vidhan Sabha also. And as BJP, we know BJP since last 10 years, they have been ruling the country. They're very well prepared. They're very articulate in their planning. And the planning of Viksit Bharat 2047, we don't see Viksit Bharat right now, but that planning, that pitching of changing of goal from 2024 to 2047, keeping that vision that we are aligned with it. Though the bullet train idea was to be executed in the first 5 years,
Right.
have been coming right now, but the perception that India is a bullet train leader, India is a Viksit Bharat, India is a developed nation, India will have all the needs, whatever, the digital payment and everything. So all things are going on the BJP way because there is no counter and parallel narrative of developed India, which the opposition was supposed to present. So why they can't present is because their mind is not at peace. Their mind is busy with fighting cases, with fighting ED, with fighting CBI, with fighting IT. So what happens with Congress is they are fighting for getting their accounts unfrozen. What will happen with Aam Aadmi Party is they're fighting for not contesting election. They'll be fighting for getting Arvind Kejriwal out of jail. What is happening with TMC? There are cases which are opening up against Mahua Moitra. So they'll be fighting to make sure that she does not go behind the bars. Or there are no summons which comes out to her. So the agencies are keeping the opposition busy. So they'll not concentrate on selecting candidates. They'll not concentrate on getting more votes. They'll concentrate to save themselves. So this is the difference of execution from the point of view of elections.
Right, so absolutely. I want to ask you another question. Kejriwal has cultivated an image of being a crusader against corruption. Now, even prior to his political, do you think will this arrest have an impact on this image, or will it backfire against the ED and the centre?
See, the sense is Arvind Kejriwal ji has been a crusader of corruption. A person with his NGO background, and previously he was a commissioner in IT, and then he created an NGO, and then he created a movement, and then he created a political party, which the entire nation, there is no two ways about it, the entire nation believed that India has to be corruption free. And this particular person is the person who's creating something towards it. And that was the time when there were multiple scams which came in India, multiple scams which were brought by the media, thankfully. And this also gave an opportunity for Arvind Kejriwal to showcase his politics. And now the charge against a crusader of corruption on corruption will optically not go very well with the voters, because people believe in the change, in the crusader of corruption. People believed in Arvind Kejriwal, and that is why from 67 to 64, that kind of mandate people gave him. And that is why people also gave Aam Aadmi Party an opportunity in Punjab, because he was, apart from being a crusader of corruption, he was also a man of hope, a man who could go against a BJP. Now, this particular charge will entirely dismantle the empire or the walls of Aam Aadmi Party, because Aam Aadmi Party is a political party which is built on the plank of anti-corruption. Now, charges of corruption there would be no other political plank which they could depend on. They can't be a developmental political party. They can't be a secular or anti-secular or Hindu or a Muslim political party. Because in New India, this new political party said that yes, we are a new party, we are a new age party, we would be growing on the plank of anti-corruption. So that is what people believe. This particular political party was a new age political party.
Right.
Now with that same charge of anti-corruption becomes the biggest charge on them. And in 10 years, what we have seen is the charges laid on Sheila Dikshit ji on corruption have also not been proven till date. So this says a lot about the democracy of our country, and the plank in which they were building up could be dismantled. And this could be only be dismantled if he's proven guilty. And if he's not proven guilty, the entire charge, and this will go heavily against BJP, if he has been victimized by the ED.
Right. In fact, still with us on the broadcast is Professor E.K. Jha. Sir, we just heard what Anna Hazare had to say. What do you make of these statements that he's just made?
Hazare must be thinking that how come it has all happened? Because Kejriwal ji was one of the lieutenants who carried forward together with him the entire agitation of corruption, which was the main thrust of Anna Hazare ji's agitation. Kejriwal ji stood by his side every time, and very strongly also. And together with him, there were other people also, no doubt about it. But Kejriwal ji proved to be the biggest gainer out of it, because he later entered into political party, formed a political party, and which got a huge support from the people. And this is also, it goes to the credit of Mr. Kejriwal that he rose from nowhere and became the chief minister of Delhi, and not only Delhi, he expanded his political party into another state, Punjab, and there also he formed government. So people had a lot of expectation from him at the early stage, and but as the scams after scams got unfolding with time, that made something very, very critical of the whole thing, because he eventually, he was a young person, he is very tactical, he is very intelligent, he takes the struggle into the enemy camp, he knows the art of fighting, everything, he is well equipped with every other thing. The only thing where he was caught with these corruption charges, I don't know whether it will be proven in the court or not. But if it is proven, he is going to be the biggest loser, no doubt about it. But again, as another panelist was also speaking, that if he is proven right and he is not found guilty, definitely it is going to backfire on BJP. But then it will take a long time, and I don't think BJP would be so naive to take him without. They must have got something very, very serious against him, and then only they could have taken such a big jump into, at least in Kejriwal's case, because Kejriwal, as far as I think that Kejriwal is among the most intelligent opposition leaders.
All right,
For more such videos, subscribe to the NewsX YouTube channel, hit the bell icon.